the brother on his way?
I think so. I think so. He told me he was gonna come. I don't know. But you know we're gonna do this job regardless anyway. So you know, gotta do this job, man. All right, shalom, shalom, Israel, Yasharala. Okay, with the Hebrew Israelite. All right, and we come in week in and week out. Okay, to bring that beautiful gospel, man. And as well as chaining down Babylon. You have to chain down Babylon. All right, so happy to see you for another edification and exhortation. Before we start, we'd like to turn to the east. We'd like to give our praises. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Wahab, Kadosh. Okay, double honors to the apostle of GMS and the apostle, you know, who are in the spirit, who teach and rule well. Okay, peace salutation to the warriors, okay, who are pushing this vibration, okay, all around the globe. Shalom Wahab to the sisters and the brothers who are keeping, you know, the faith, okay, in truth and sincerity, okay, in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, so today we'll talk about, you know, the title is entering our superior chamber, okay, the Mashiach-like status, man. All right, so this is the time for us now to enter our superior chamber. And what I mean by superior chamber is over here, like the mind state, okay, the state of mind, the mindset, okay, the state of mind, you know, because when you live in the UK, after a while, you take on that mentality, that British mentality. When people come from West Africa or from the Caribbean, after a while, unless, you know, they wanna have that British passport, man, so they can do certain things just like the one that are here, okay? And they're training the children to, you know, be British, man. The children be watching British network, British cartoons, TV. They eat, you know, British cornflakes, okay? They even love the chips and the fish and chips, all right? When that children grow up here, he speak like a British. He doesn't have my accent. And my son don't have my children don't have my accent. They have a British accent, right? Because they live in this country, they live in this system, they were born in this system. So us, when we come in this truth as well, we have to be born again. So we born again what? We become citizen of the kingdom of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? But the difference is, you know, it's part of a spiritual thing, of a mindset thing where you have to put yourself in that mindset in order to receive the kingdom. Because Yahweh was saying that the kingdom is within us. Alright? So we have to now, you know, leave that kingdom before the kingdom come, man. You have to leave that kingdom. So how do you leave the kingdom? You learn the ways of the kingdom. Okay? And one of the ways is to be strong. Okay? Because when you read the Bible, the prophet were very strong. Okay? We're very strong, man. So we're gonna start with a precept and then we're gonna build on that. Can you bring that one? And you can break that down as well. And I'm gonna bring the next fold. There's two folds to it. You can break down the fold that you were elaborating on, you know, before, you know, we started preaching. Yeah,
so Matthew chapter 26, start at verse 69.
Bring that out.
Now Peter sat without in the palace, and a damsel came unto him, saying, Thou also wast with Yahushua of Galilee.
Right.
But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest.
Right.
And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him, and said unto them that were there, This fellow was also with Yahushua of Nazareth.
Right.
And again he denied with an oath, I do not know the man. And after a while came unto him, they stood by and said to Peter, surely thou also art one of them,
Right.
for thy speech bewrayeth thee. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew. And Peter remembered the word of Yahweh, which said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice.
Right.
And he went out and wept bitterly.
That's right. Yeah, bring your part out and then I'll bring that.
So yeah, pretty much the Most High put the spirit on Peter to deny Yahweh because if Peter not denied Yahweh, they would have put him to death. But Yahweh still had more. Yahweh still had plans for Peter. There was still more work to be done in regards to Peter. So that's why the Most High essentially put the spirit on Peter to deny Yahweh. That's why we can't, for example, in regards to taking the MOTB, we can't just outright say that we're not going to take the MOTB because we don't necessarily know what the Most High has in store for us. That's why you have to say Lord willing, or you have to say I hope that Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh put the spirit on me not to take the MOTB. That's a form of humbleness.
Right, and that's a very good question. That's a very good point. So the channel, for example, is Yahweh elect. We're not bragging and saying that, oh, for sure that we're Yahweh elect. Okay, it's just Yahweh elect, man. But you know that we hopeful. We hoping, man. You know, we humble people, like, you know, you don't even know. My brother said, you don't even know what you're going to do when the time comes. Okay, so now I'm going to beat up on what the brother said, man. You know, you got to be strong because at the end of the day, you don't know what, you don't really know your lot by the time. All right? So what if your lot is to be in prison? Because Peter's lot was to what? Deny Yahweh. Now, how many people will have been strong, okay, after, you know, denying Yahweh? You know, the mental, you know, the mental capacity that you need to have to keep on going after you deny Yahweh. What happened to Judas Iscariot? Didn't he commit suicide? He couldn't handle it. Because after he sold Yahweh out, he then remembered that he messed up. You see, the Most High took that spirit of devil off him, and then reality sunk in, and we're like, wow, I did that to Yahweh. He couldn't live with it. So he went and committed suicide. Now, when it comes to Peter's law was to deny Yahweh. Alright? Will you be able to withstand adversity when the Most High giving you law? Some brother might be deaf. Some brother might be prison. Some brother will be taking some underground bases for questioning. Some brother will have to go in the wilderness, run from, it's going to be wherever it is.
You know,
will that bug you out? Carrie, you want to say something?
No, I was just saying it was Peter as well. The person said it wishes to slip.
How you doing? You right?
Slip like a week or something. Remember? What she said was on him, plus he denied Yahweh.
Right.
And obviously, him to recover. You know what I'm saying? That's a for a lot.
Peter was dealing with a lot of spirits. Even though Peter was a mighty man of the Lord, but he was still dealing with a lot of demons that he had to come back.
Yeah, for a lot.
And that's what it is. Like when you come in this shoe, there's a lot of things that come in you. You're going to have to go through a lot of steps. Sometimes you go through step 1, step 2, step 3. You know what I learned late? You gotta be humble, you know. You gotta be humble. Because sometimes, you know, like me personally, I've been blessed for a while where I was able to withstand a lot of situations and keep on moving regardless of what happened. It made me strong. But I realized that shit can get you. That shit can get you proud. That's a very dangerous thing, man. So the Most High gonna bring a stronger test. And when you go back, then you understand like, yo, I need to keep humble all the time. That's what happened to Peter as well. Because what did Peter do after? He went stronger, man. Peter became the stone on which, you know, the church was founded, man. That's what I'm saying. So Will you be ready for your lot, man? Let's go through faith, man. Let's read portion. Lot means portion. Because to everyone was given a lot. Will you be able, when the time comes, will you be able to still say that I'm a Hebrew Israelite? When the time comes, when the army comes on you, when it's trying to stigmatize us, when it's trying to demonize us. Because right now you don't feel the separation even with your friend and your family. Right now it's on like on a sneaky level. But very soon it's gonna be on a real level. Do you think your brothers, do you think your friend, do you think your family will still be around you when they see your picture on BBC or one of those Channel 4 about a Hebrew Israelite, the new threats? And they're starting to demonize. You know how to demonize. Yeah. Do you know how to be that can demonize a person? The media can make your whole neighborhood go against you. Where you go, even you go late, early in the morning when people, no one is there, and you come when the sun's down. You have to hide in that. Will you be able to still be a Hebrew Israelite at that time? Because Peter couldn't take the heat when he came to battle. So you gotta at least have the, like the Bible say, we don't know. You can't just say, oh, I'm ready. Be humble, but have the mentality, have the strength, man. You gotta be strong. You might go without money for a while. The Most High does that. He can take away money from you for a while, where you live on a strict minimum. But you still gotta come out every Saturday and do the work. You still gotta be in that state, in that mindset when you see your brother balling or your friend having the nicest car and the nicest girl and going traveling and then you can't even do anything. You barely have money to, you know, to hold on till the next week or till you get paid or whatever. And leave check after check on your own, no woman, no nothing. That's what the truth brings. That's the portion. Are you ready to withstand that? Okay? So let's read some verse, some by some.
Just wanted to say this as well. The thing with Peter got a bit too bold and confident.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's natural as well because he was with Yahweh and he was Yahweh's first-hand man. He was Yahweh's main man. So of course Peter's gonna get bold and confident and be like, you know what? I ain't gonna deny you. I've been with you down there every day. So I ain't gonna deny you. But the thing is, he forgot that state of humbleness because Yahweh knew everything. So you can't deny what you can't deny the words that comes out of Yahweh's mouth.
Yeah.
But because of that kind of arrogant spirit that was emanating out of Peter, he was like, nah man, I don't even believe what you're saying. I don't believe what you're saying. And that's essentially what happened. So it's imperative that we don't fall into that same spirit because a lot of brothers have that spirit. You know, it's kind of easy to have that spirit.
But I'm telling you, you can have that spirit.
Yeah, you can have that spirit.
Because you see what happened is that when you come in his truth, you know, the Most High blesses you, you know. He take away, like I'll give my testimony. But before I came in, I was I had both, but my quietness was more stronger than my white style. So most time I'll be quiet. But he did the reverse when he connected with the truth. He wanted me to speak. He knew what he wanted me to do. So in his truth, boom! At some point he took it off, and you know what I'm saying? I'm confident now, so to speak. But that can bring pride. So if you're quiet, if you're not too confident in this truth, it's your protection, my brother. Because when you come out and you want to, everybody knows, oh, he does that, he's a good speaker, he's a leader, he can build, he can set up camp, can do that, right? Just know that there's a test that's coming your way, you know. And I'm going to put you right back on the floor, bro. So, like the Bible said, there's a lot of brothers that have that spirit, and we need to cut that spirit. We need to be meek and humble, man. We need to be lowly in spirit, man. Go to Revelation 11 and 4 and 3. We need to remind ourselves what we're doing, man. Let's remind ourselves what we're in for. We're in this for. We're not in this for no glory, man. And by the way, Nate, 11 and 3. Revelation 11 and 3. By the way, Nate was denying the name of Yahweh. He was even mocking the name of Yahweh. Guess what? He's saying lately that the name is Yahweh, man. See? Because he was too confident before he got it. But the Most High humbled him through some sort of sickness. We don't know what sickness is, but we knew he was sick. So the Most High had to humble him and remind him that he's the one in control, man. Read that. And then when you go precept, you can bring that and elaborate on that as well.
Revelations chapter 11 verse 3.
Bring that out.
And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses.
Right.
And they shall prophesy 1,260 days.
Right, so that's talking about, you know, the time of our suffering and the time that after that, you know, and what we're going to be doing in the midst of that, how we're going to be preaching in Babylon and that, like we're doing, okay? The two witnesses, okay, prophetically now in that time are the two kingdoms, basically Ephraim and Judah, okay? The 12 tribes, that's what it means, okay? Carry on.
Clothed in sackcloth.
Clothed in sackcloth. So you cannot be in sackcloth and act like you gotta be in sackcloth. This is why we're wearing this type of thing. This is when people look at other like, look at this guy, how you gonna wear this? That's bullshit. But that's the sackcloth, that's our lamentation. So we're on the low level. We were made lower so we can stay in that low level so we can do the work. That's how the Most High wanted. So when you become proud, you go against the order. You go against the order, man. So we have to be more, you know, more humble in how we move and how we treat brothers and how we do things. Okay? Because we in that sackcloth spirit. But we need to be strong, but we need to be humble at the same time. Like a king that knows he's a king, but he doesn't mind taking the crown. You know a guy that drive the best car but take the bus every Tuesday and Wednesday, for example? So that can humble him. Because someone are pushing you. Like that was last time I finished work, I'm getting on the bus, and you know my woman, she's like, oh, can you help me move my trolley? I'm like, okay, let's go. She no, she was bossing me around. I didn't say nothing. I said, okay, I said, it's good. I went. After I just said, yo, you know my, no, that's not how you do things. See, sometimes the Most High test us, man. Every hour, you have to help Edomites. Will you say, I'm not helping you? No. Gotta rely on wisdom, but that shows you. You must have to see, because sometimes when you got the knowledge, it make you proud. Just because someone is of another nation doesn't mean that you disrespect him, you know. You still have to apply the principle. The Most High is testing you like that. Like this brother, he bought some rice for Elamite. And I was pissed off, you know. When I go home, I was like, no, actually, no, you have to be sorry. I'm making a point. I'm saying like, you did the right thing. Actually, you can bless someone in another nation.
Do you know what? The nations, other nations will be blessed.
Through us. Exactly, that was the side, yes. Yeah. But that's, you see, there's different level to this truth, man.
Yeah, it is.
And I want brother not to be so, no. We have to, there's so many layers into the knowledge that if we open our heart and our soul, the Most High will just bless us with a lot of things, man.
You gotta adapt, you know.
You don't have to be all, no. Look how, that's the best example, Peter, man. Peter was, The Most High humble, he said, you're nothing. If it's not for me, you're nothing. And actually, the Most High did that so he could be more humble, first of all, to do the work, humility, and second of all, to accept Paul. But he was even bucking against Paul regarding the Gentiles. So that instance made him humble and made like, yo, you know, I gotta be humble. But this is not me. It's not my work. It's the Most High work. The Most High can take it away from me. Like I said, sometimes you become very good at mastering your sin where you don't sin, but at some point a sin comes from nowhere and take you up, because you know why? Because Most High want to show you that every time you can't be thinking that, because trust me, when you're clean and everything, bro, it's the energy that comes on you. If you don't have to control it, you become too bold, man.
So like it's just, you really saying, man, the spirit jumps.
Yes, but the spirit jumps on you. You become too bold. You don't know what to do with it. And you become arrogant. And you become impatient. To be honest with you, when I look at things now, certain brother, I wish I dealt with them with more patience, man. You know? I'm telling you, this truth is something else, man. You gotta be humble at all time, bro. The minute that you're thinking like your doodle don't stink, the most I'm gonna show you something. Yeah, bro,
This is Matthew chapter 23, starting at verse 12.
No.
And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
That's right. Read that slow. Read that slow. Break that.
This is Matthew 23, starting at verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. And he that humbleth himself, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
That's powerful. Break that down, my lad.
So that's essentially what happened to Peter. Peter pretty much exalted himself by going against the words of Yahweh Shai, and he got abased. And that's what happens. So, and the scriptures even tell you that because, well, yeah, we also have to understand this as well. Before Yahweh Shai came on the scene, the disciples didn't have the greatest understanding. People like Peter didn't really have the greatest understanding.
Right.
But them being around Yahweh Shai was dropping jewels on them every single day. So they'll get knowledge, wisdom, understanding every single day. And the scriptures tell you that knowledge puffeth up. So imagine Yahweh Shai dropping jewels onto you every single day. And you know this is the correct information. You know this is the truth. And you know a large portion of people don't have this truth. It's gonna puff you up. And that's also essentially what happened to Peter too. The knowledge puffed up Peter, being around Yahweh Shai puffed up Peter. So the Most High pretty much had to abase him. And that's what happened.
Yeah, that's it, man. The Most High had to abase him. So every time you think that, look, we have to be strong in humility, man. Because just because you're strong and you can take everything, doesn't mean you should be proud now, you know. I'm trying to find something about pride. We're gonna go into pride. That's what the Most High wants us to do. He knows what he's doing. You know, I'm loading up.
Because even as well, the most Yahweh Shai was giving Peter the Holy Spirit. He was giving Peter and the disciples the Holy Spirit, so they were doing miracles and healing. So imagine doing that. Imagine you're one of the select few doing all these miracles throughout the nation of Israel. Not even the Pharisees and the Sadducees are doing that, and they're the leaders. They're the ones that have access to the manuscripts and the law. They have access to all these things. You don't have access to it. You don't have access to these things, but you're performing all these miracles and you're getting out this word and you're waking up the elect. Imagine how that's gonna make you feel. Imagine how much you're gonna exalt yourself mentally. So that's why the Most has to do certain things.
God. So we're gonna go into pride now. I'm looking for some pride precept, you know. Yes, Proverbs 8 and 13, man. That's where the Most I want us to go, and that's where we're going, pride, man. You know? In this truth, you gotta exercise humility at all times. But the Most High will show you something, man. To be honest with you, the Most High is showing me something right now. Because I got too proud. And when I say proud, there's level to it. I'm not a proud guy, but when you look into it, yes, I feel like, oh, the Most High gave me certain ability, you know? So I thought I could carry even like how I feel like nothing can stop me. Like, who are you, man? You're nothing, man. You're nothing. The Most High gave you the ability because He wants you to do a work. Not because then you think that, oh, I got it. Look at what happened to Nate, man. Let's say now he says it. The Most High, He will make you spew it. He say His name, man. You fucking nonsense. Say His name. But He wouldn't say it then if He didn't have like a sickness or whatever. We don't exactly know what went on, but we know that, you know, to the spirit something wasn't right.
Yeah, the sickness that he endured must have humbled him. It must have humbled him. Because I even noticed that with a lot of these camp leaders, certain things happen to them where they get these delusional spirits because they exalt themselves
That's
too
it,
much.
that's it, that's
because they think too highly of themselves. Like for example, General Yohana.
That's it.
These type of leaders, they exalt themselves so much to the point where, like General Yohana must have said that he's third in line below Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. So that's why the Most High is getting General Yohana to say things like, take the vaccine. Take the potion. Take the potion, because that's not coming out of Yohana's mouth. That's a spirit in Yohana.
That's right.
Allowing him to say these things to his congregation. And that's what the Most High does. And chances are, if he doesn't repent, he's going to get destroyed.
Exactly. And it's the same to, for all of us. If you're a camp leader, okay, I don't care if you got 1, 2, 3 or whatever, yeah. If you're a camp leader, if the Most High give you the ability to teach everything, be humble, Don't let it get to your head, Because we have a prime example these days. We got brothers, we got mates, man. You have to learn from that. What happened to them can happen to us as well. So we have to exercise, humility, and we have to pray a lot for mercy. That's why when people say, "Oh, you have to keep the law," no, you can't keep the law, man. But how can you keep the law in captivity? The Most High put a base to you for a reason, and then you want to say that, "Oh, I can be perfect." No, He made you perfect. You cannot be perfect. You're perfect because now you're rehearsing. You say, "Oh, I view him as being perfect," but doesn't mean now that you can go and think like you're the best thing that's working, on this earth. Right. And that's what the Bible say. He will put a delusional spirit on you, like we see in these days. So that's a lesson for all of us as well. Humility. That's what I like the fact that even sometimes we 1, 2, 3, we got like 2, 3 views. I like that because it's a message. I'm telling you, it's a message, man. 2, 3, 4 views. Hey, man, there's few people that are watching. Bro, telling you, man, because you don't want to go further than that. You don't want to go too quick. You don't want to grow too fast, man. You don't want to grow too fast.
Because a lot of brothers can't deal with it. Man. And that's Only a select few people are able to handle that position of leadership. Only a select few. There's not many people that's able to handle that leadership role. Like I was reading the other day about the Aztec king, Montezuma, right? These emperors, they were our people, but they used to put themselves on such a high pedestal.
Like God's status.
Exactly, God's status. Like I read something that there was only a select few people that was even able to look at him, to look at Montezuma in his face. What kind of nonsense is that?
There were these. I don't know if it's a hammer or if it's because when it comes to a country in Africa, it's 50-50. This country called Burkina Faso, right? They're right up top of Africa. You go Hamite there, and you go, Israelite. So I don't know, yeah. And this tribe called the Morde. The Morde tribe, yeah. These tribes, they have like a king called Moro Naba. I like Moro Naba, yeah. When he spit, people have to cut his spit. When he spit, that's a jig. Only jig no power, Only jig can do things like that, man.
It's like some of the Ashanti kings. But the Ashanti kings carry a lot of gold in their arm and jewels around their neck. I read something where he has servants that have to hold up his arm because the gold is too heavy. Things like that.
Vanity, hey. What's his name?
Why wear the gold then, isn't it?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Solomon. Solomon says Solomon experienced everything. He had 1,000 women.
Yeah.
You know what it is to have women? You come a haram, we call it a haram woman, like so many women. But you say all of that is vanity, man. So we have to learn from everything that we see and we read in the Bible, or we read wherever, as far as history, so we can become whole, and we can become. You see, this pride thing is a very dangerous thing. Bring your precept down.
Revelation 11.
No.
I've got a precept.
Bring that one here. Proverbs 8 and 33.
This is Proverbs 15 and 33. The fear of Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom.
Right, the fear of Yahweh is what?
It's the instruction of wisdom.
The fear of Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom, man. Break that down, man. Break that down.
But the point I wanted to get to is, and before honor is humility.
Wow, that's powerful, man. Before honor is humility, carry on.
Right, so the first bit where it says the fear of Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom. When certain brothers get into position of power or leadership, they ain't trying to hear what their congregation has to say to them in regards to instruction. They're like, you're supposed to be listening to me. Like, for example, Brother Hebrew, he said he's the high priest because he's from the tribe of Levi. He said he's the high from the He said he's the high priest. So he said because he's the high priest, no one's allowed to question him. So these are the things I'm talking about. Where
that's wicked.
Right. So now no one in this congregation is allowed to question him. And now he can. Now that's why you can say things like, "Oh, it's not a sin to lie," because
people are backing him up.
Right. Because apparently no one's allowed to question him.
And that's why I say, like, see the Matthew 15, Matthew 18. Where the counseling, if your brother did something you don't like, this to be, in every camp supposed to be counseling. I mean, if those brothers see something in me, and they call each other and say, we need to talk to Yahweh man about, to talk about elder about what's going on. I have the duty to sit there and listen to them. I can't be proud, But you know what? Every time there's a counsel against you, the Most High is testing you. The Most High ain't gonna share his glory, man.
Sure.
The Most High ain't gonna share his glory. He's not sharing his glory, man.
You must not glory upon him, man.
But he doesn't share it. He gives you a level. But you have to be humble in that. When he bestow upon you that little thing, that's the point. You gotta show humility, man. You gotta apply the rules. You are under the counseling. You can't be over it. So when Gorilla say, "Oh, no one can," that means what he does, like, if he come with bullshit, his congregation, they can't say nothing. But already insert that in their psychology. You can become a witch, you can become a wizard and a witch doctor in this truth. What is witchcraft? It's the ability to manipulate people. Yeah, that's what power. How do you do that? You use psychology. So even if you do good psychology, you have to watch and miss truth, because one day if you're not careful, you start using it to manipulate brothers, man. This truth is not a joke. I'm telling you. So we have to be humble. You don't do that if you start carrying on.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, starting at verse 18. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself.
Right, the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. Carry on.
And thou shalt find favor before Yahweh. Many are in a high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek.
Wow, man, break that down, man.
So and this is a hard thing to do. This ain't easy.
It's very hard, bro.
It's hard because when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua puts you in a certain position or gives you a certain level of wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, is human nature to start feeling yourself. It's human nature. So we always have to self-analyze and self-critique.
Examine yourself, and the Bible says all the time, man.
Right. And also learn how to take counsel from other brothers.
You gotta take counsel from other brothers.
Right. Because certain brothers may notice things in you that you don't necessarily know.
That's it.
And that's one of the forms of humility and humbleness. Being able to take critique and counsel. And it's not easy, but these are things that we have to practice.
Hey, this truth is not easy, man. This truth is not for the proud, man. Hey, this truth is not for a proudful soul, and this truth is not for a vain soul. This truth is people who want to be, humble, and know humility, man. Because you're dealing with power, man. You're dealing with the king of the universe, man. So you got to show humility in every step of the way. Because you're not perfect. Like, I'm not perfect, because I feel like, oh, yo, our master said and sing. Let me tell you something. It's a battle, man. But the most I put me in some sort of, you know, energy jungle, where I see so many spirit and energy. I'm like, wow. Hey, serious, man. But the most does that so you can be strong, so you can be humble and understand that. So, because what happened? Every time you get a problem, you run to pray. That alone is a sign of humility, because you recognize that you can't do it on your own. You can't do it by yourself. You can't do it, you know, by your own strength. So you need Yahweh, and we have to be in that spirit all the time. Are you done with that? Yeah, read
Hey,
they get Ecclesiastes 10 and 12.
Proverbs 8, verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil.
Right, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, carry on.
Pride.
Pride, yeah.
And arrogancy.
Right, pride and arrogancy, man. So if you want to fear the Lord, you got to be humble, man. You know, you got to be humble. You got to know that no one is perfect. You can't think that you're better than the next man, bro. Just because your brother fell into sin doesn't mean that you're better than him. Yes, you can tell the brother, yo, you went wrong in that. But don't you ever, you know, thinking that he's not better than you? No, he is like you. It's like, you know, he has to go through that. That's his lot. Guess what? You might have to go through that as well. Guess now what you gonna say when you go through that? What you gonna say when you go through that? So love, man. I love my brothers regardless of whatever's happening between me and them. That's it, man. That's my brother anyway. I'm not gonna never think that I'm better than him. But I'm not better than him. And that's how we're supposed to be thinking, bro. At least we should exercise our mind, our soul, and our spirit to be like that. Even if we're not like that now, but we should be desiring to be like that. You know? Are you done?
No. And the evil way and the fraud mouth do I hate.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah, the prideful, the one that talk too much, you know, thinking that he got it going on in his truth. Like these guys in the street say, nigga, you ain't shit. That's what they're saying. Like, nigga, you ain't shit. It's true, you're nothing. Just a vessel that the Most High decided to use at some point. So don't be linked to other brothers, man. Respect is a very important thing, you know. Respect your little brother. Respect the one that are under you. Respect your zakwans, yeah, meaning your elders. Respect everyone. You know? That's what I'm learning these days. I'm learning to be humble, man. I'm learning that being humble is key, man. You know? Because you're nothing, man. You're nothing. I look at the hospital, I see how people drop dead, man. I see how people, you know, 1 minute today you're here, today you're not. God, you have to be humble, man. Bring that one out.
It says Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 starting at verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh,
right,
and his heart is turned away from his maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that have it shall pour out abomination.
Right.
And therefore Yahweh brought upon them strange calamities,
that's it, man,
and overthrew them utterly.
So what happened to us as a people? We became proud. When we went in the west coast of Africa, we had money, we had gold. Have you heard of Mansa Musa?
Yeah, Musa.
It was a joke, man.
It's the richest man in world, isn't it?
Well, that's what they say, but I believe, what's his name? Solomon was the region of King. But let's say in our time. Let's say in our time. Because how long ago was that? 400-500 years ago?
At least 800.
800 years ago. That's okay. Now it's really not. Huh?
Just
Solomon. I think Solomon has prestige, man. You gotta understand it. Being rich is not just like the gold and the money, it's what comes out, you know, like the prestige and the he has class. He has. I'm not saying Mensa didn't have it. Yeah. I'm just saying like Solomon. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in Africa, when they had all the gold and the riches and the money and that, and they were good, and we had the kingdom of Ashanti, the kingdom of Congo, the kingdom of Dahomey kingdom. You know they were rich, right? When the prophet, the messengers came to them and told them, he said, this kingdom are about to fall down. Repent. What did they tell him? Hey, God, what are you talking about? Leave, take that one out of my sight about God take us down. You see how powerful we are? What happened after that? We're talking about before the slave time. We are powerful in West Africa. We have kingdom. We have mighty kingdoms in West Africa. What happened? The king became slaves, man. Yeah. The kings became slaves, man. See, sometimes when I think about that, that's why it's hard because now I understand what time it is and what I should do to really, do this work because he's prideful and Jake is very proud, man. So when they come in the truth, he follows you. So you gotta learn humility. This is the new form. This is the new spirituality. Being humble is like a new meditation class. People should have meditation class on, you know how they have yoga class? They have class on how to be humble. Because a lot of brothers die because of the proud. A lot of people just kick out of the truth because they're proud, man. Because when you become very knowledgeable and you got all of those things, you can do this, you can teach and that, it gives you pride. When people like you, they comment on your channel every time you say something, people comment, oh this guy, oh you are blessed. Especially the women, that's what I don't want. No, like these women, when women start to compliment you, you need to be careful. That will drive you quickly into that pit, man. I'm telling you, a lot of these brothers, even the what's his name, the Sikari, a lot of women follow them. Do you know that? Yeah. Sikari. You don't know Sikari? It's an Israelite. Okay. So let's get back to the spirit. Let's get back to it. And go to Sirach 25 and 12, man. Okay, Sirach 25. That was like the most I wanted to talk about proud. We came, wanted to do something there, but he said, yo, think about that, and then we're going to carry on with the program. Very important, yes, Sirach 25 and 12. What do you have there? What do you say?
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of love.
Right.
Let me read it again. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 12. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of his love. And faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him.
Read that against like
But the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of his love.
Right.
And faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him.
Right. So the faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. We're talking about proud. Now we have to have faith, man. Okay. Obviously, when you're humble, the Most High make it easy for you. But you gotta have faith because look. And if you remember, we were speaking about Peter. And we were saying how Peter was supposed to show humility, but instead of doing that, he was like, yo, I can do this, okay? But in all actuality, it took the Most High, to break him down for him now to be strong in the mind and carry on. And it's the same thing, it's the same mindset that we're supposed to have. We're supposed to be strong in the mind by keeping the faith, man. Like I was saying in the beginning, we came back now, came back with the beginning. But we started like that, and we went somewhere else. We just follow the spirit. So now we're talking about the faith that we're supposed to have in these difficult times that are coming ahead of us, man. Because the elite know about us now. And the prophecies are being, manifested. So all the prophecies are being manifested. We have now to keep that superiority, that chamber. This one needs to be strong. And how is it strong? By keeping the faith, man. What do you have? You have Mark 11 and 24. All I get, Ephesians 3, 16 and 17.
Also, I wanted to say this as well.
Bring that out.
Sometimes your faith can be your downfall.
Right.
And the reason why I say this is because your faith can be so strong.
Right. That it's same thing again. See?
Exactly.
See how the Most High works? See, we went to pride, we went to pride, we went about faith, but then we imagine it now, see?
Right.
The brother say, if your faith is too strong, carry on.
Your faith can be so strong that you lose that element of humility. That's why the Most High talks about a just balance.
Just balance.
Because for Peter to deny the words of Yahweh Shai, his faith was immense. Right, but he lacked the balance.
Remember, he was dealing with Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Do you know? You remember he was the henchman of Yahweh Shai. Case in point, when the centurion came to him, came to them, what did he do? Pull out the sword, man. It was ready for Yahweh Shai. So he had that same strength. Do you know what it is? First of all, to understand what Yahweh Shai is. That give you mighty strength to understand this guy. Hey, this guy is the son of the Most High, mighty strength. But carry on what you were saying.
Yeah.
Saying that.
Yeah, the balance is important to maintain that balance, because faith can having an extremely high amount of faith without mixing with humbleness can be a downfall.
That's right. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, have faith, but don't let your faith be your downfall, man, because you're thinking, yo, I can handle all things. That make you proud. That make you proud as well, man. Because you're thinking, yo, it's true. It's true because faith is a gift. Faith is a gift. So the Most High give you faith. But now, depending on how you use the faith, you can become proud in being faithful, in having faith. You get what the brother is trying to say. So it's about balancing.
Just like
and the way to balance it, the way to balance it is humility. Carry, you want to say something?
Like King David, he had the balance. He had ultimate faith, but he had the balance with the humility as well, because he knew that the strength he was attaining was from the Most High. But when you don't mix in the faith with humility, you might start thinking that the faith is coming from yourself.
Hey, that's the point.
And that's a slippery slope.
That is the point right there. You might think that the faith is coming from you. And the Most High is so amazing. It's like he can just let you be, and then you say, let me see what's going on. So now for the minute, for the hot second, you're thinking that the faith that you have is yours, man. So then you decide to think that, oh yes, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High put you in the street back. Because what happens is that if you carry on like that, they're going to bring you right back, just so you can learn a few lessons. So yes, have faith, but whilst you're having faith, or in having faith, you need to display humility, man. You need to display balance. You need to display balance, man. That's a very good point. See, it's a very good point, Malak. You done with that, yeah? Now read them, Mark 11 and 24. You got Ephesians 3, yeah?
Okay. Mark chapter 11, verse 24. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and you shall have them.
Right, so let's pray for humility, man. And let's pray that when the Most High gives us the faith, we still have that humility. And we can pray for that. We can pray that the Most High, in those heavy times, He gives us humility. Yes, we're faithful. Yes, we can come here and speak with boldness and we're confident. Yes, but we have to be humble in our confidence, bro. Because the Most High can just bring an element in your life and you're like, whoa, I've never seen that coming. To the point where you don't even want to come to preach or come to do the work. So we have to pray for humility. We have to pray when the Most High give us zeal. You know, we have to still be humble.
You can't be overzealous, though.
No. You can't be overly righteous. You can't be overzealous. You gotta be careful.
Humility will balance that. So you're going too heavy, humility will make it lighter, so you have to hold it a just way.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, it's lamentation, like you always have to pray to the Most High, have mercy on me, Yahweh, you know. Have mercy always, because you're not perfect, bro. But you're not even perfect, and you think that you're on top because you can preach, or because you're a camp leader, or because you can teach. But you're a sinner, man. The Most High says, he talks of how righteousness being as filthy rags. You know what filthy rag is? What is filthy rag? This goes deeper, man. What is filthy rag according to the Bible? Menstrual. Women menstrual. Women menstrual. You know the part?
Yeah, I know.
You know the blood on it? You know that one? That's your righteousness right there. When the Most High look at you.
I feel like spiritually our state is like unclean, you get me?
No, we got stain on us, man.
So like basically
We got stain on us. And even the prophet gives us, when the Most High look at us, that's why Yahweh shine his blood cleans us.
But the thing is that even in our best days, even at our best,
I'm talking about now. Yes.
at our best, we're still like filthy like that.
Yeah, you're filthy, man.
So like,
Do you know how pure the Most High is? Hey, you're living in Babylon. Do you think they're clean in Babylon? You can never be clean in Babylon, man.
But obviously, it says in the Proverbs that you wash our sins away like white as snow. So.
No, that's when it like that's a mercy.
Yeah.
We're gonna be cleansed once we're in the kingdom, but not here.
As long as we're in this fleshly body, you know, we can't be 100% clean.
It's gonna be dirty, man.
So you got to keep repenting, man.
Hence why you have to be humble.
Yeah,
But when you're a humble heart, we always repent. A humble heart will always know that he's sinning. That's what God was talking about King Dawara, King David. The reason why the Most High loved King David because he had no problem, saying I'm nothing. He took off his shoes, man, at some point. And number when we pray, we have to take up wherever we have he put some sacrifice on his head because he was so filthy. He said to the Most High, yo, I'm filthy. I'm not even worthy of being a king.
That's what we're chosen.
Yeah, and also we are in sackcloth, so we have to be humble. How can you be acting like you got it going on and you wearing sackcloth? Do you know what sackcloth mean? You know them bags. It's like yellow. It's like brownish bags. In Africa, they put rice in it. They put rice. They make like the bags for rice. Yeah, it's sackcloth. But before, when people wore sackcloth because they were like humble down, they lost war, or some of the people were taken to captivity, and they had to wear sackcloth to ask mercy. This is what we're doing right now, man. You know? So yeah, let's carry on, man. Let's carry on. That's very interesting. I like the way the Most High do it. So you read your part, right?
This is Ephesians chapter 3, starting at verse 17.
Yeah.
That Yahweh may dwell in your hearts by faith.
Right.
That ye be rooted and grounded in love.
Right.
May be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and length and depth and height, and to know the love of Yahweh which passeth knowledge.
Read that again slowly.
Ephesians 3 and 17. That Yahweh may dwell in your hearts by faith.
Verse 16.
That he would grant you according to the riches of his glory to be strengthened with might by his spirit in the inner man. That Yahweh may dwell in your hearts by faith.
Right.
That ye be rooted and grounded in love.
Right.
May be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and length and depth and height, and to know the love of Yahweh which passeth knowledge.
Right, so you gotta have your inner strength, the inner man. You have to work in the inner man. Inner man. But faith is to do with your inner man, man. You know? And once you work on your inner man, you can't be proud because you understand life. You see the brother like you, like, oh, I'm not better than him. So I need to be more. And when, you're given gift, and when you're given, wisdom, because you got inner strength, but your inner man is strong, you know how to work with it. Because sometimes certain gifts are given to you, you don't know what to do with it. That's why you see, when you're in Africa or the Caribbean, whatever, when people have power, what do they do with it?
Use it.
What did they do?
Oh, abusing it.
They're abusing it. Okay? So you gotta learn to work on your inner man so you can be more, strong inside. and you can develop that strength, that mental and spiritual strength, so you don't let the gift that the Most High gave you, or you don't let circumstances that the blessing that the Most High bestow upon you, take control of you. Faith does that. Because you know what faith means? Faith means you have nothing. Let's get to the case of Abraham. Abraham couldn't give birth, man. I mean, Sarah couldn't give birth. Abraham couldn't. They had a problem. They have like in the hospital, there is like a department, right? It's called assisted conception, all right? And assisted conception, you have to go there when you don't have, like when you can't procreate. Okay, when you can't procreate, you have to go there with your wife, and they're gonna help you, baby, in so many ways of doing that, So that was the problem with Abraham. But Abraham, finally, the child came. So how can Abraham boast? He can't boast in himself. Because you know that without, Yahweh, intervening, he wouldn't be able to have the child, Isaac. So what that makes you, that make you humble. So faith itself produces humility. Faith itself produces humility, man. So we gotta be faithful, but we gotta avoid being prideful, man. Very important. Go to Romans 1:17. What I just say. And then go to Matthew. Go to Matthew 12. Romans 1 and what? Romans 1:17. What I just say. No, actually go to James 1 and 3. What does James 1 and 3 say? James 1 and 3, what does it say?
James.
That lady, she gotta love the word, isn't it? She's like,
from the Irish one.
Yeah. She's different, yeah. She's different. She doesn't have that Edomite crowd, like pride. You get what I'm saying? That thing that you see when they pass about. When they pass you to see something. She doesn't have it. She may be a chick. You never know. What does it say here? Yeah, speckled, that's it. James 1 and 13, and 1 and 14. That's all I want to say. One and 3. Yeah, read that one quickly and then you can read. Oh, that's right. Yeah, James 1 and 3, read that quickly.
James chapter 1 verse 3.
That's right, he's got that voice, man. Bring it out.
Knowing this,
right,
that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Right, so when you have faith, you gotta have faith. Faith produces patience, man. Being patient with your brother. When you see your brother sinning, or you see your brother in a messed up situation, all right, you got patience, right? Why? Because you went through it yourself, or you were taken from a lowly place, and the Most High now made you, into a strong brother in the truth. So when you see your brother going through something, you have to be patient, man.
Yeah.
And we're all guilty of that. We're all guilty of not being patient with brothers, for example. But this is a new season now where we have to learn to be patient with brothers, man. So the Most High will be bringing people in the truth. Different background, diverse background. They may not see things that you see things. Some brother maybe coming from IUIC, they still have their thing. Are you gonna be say Yahweh everything? No. You know what I'm saying? If you don't say Yahweh, don't come. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be patient, man. You gotta be lenient. Lenience. Yeah, it's very, very important to be lenient in this truth. Give brothers chances. Okay? Matthew 12 and 4, 46 to 50.
Sister right there.
Yeah, sister, this is how people are supposed to be dressing now. Women are supposed to be dressing now. I mean, y'all got vibration.
Matthew 12, starting at verse 46. While he yet taught to the people,
right,
behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him, that behold, But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother and who are my brethren?
Right, who's my mother? And the reason why I brought it up is because in this truth, bro, one part of the truth as well is to be, I wouldn't say cold, but it's to put the Most High before everything else, man. You know? And putting your brothers before your family and your worldly friend, man. That's the family, man. You have to learn now to be humble enough to love each other. You know? Because this is our family, this is the family now, whether we like it or not. But we don't know who we were in the spiritual realm or back in time, you know. When the Most High don't put people together like that, you know. You have to value each other, man. You know? Carry on.
But he answered and said unto him, that told him, Who is my mother and who are my brethren?
Right.
And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples.
That's right.
And said, Behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
See, like this is saying no more. Yeah, so we're gonna have to, this family in the truth, you gotta be more into, you know, and that's a proof of humility as well. It's a proof of faith. Yeah. You know, when you love the next brother, man. You know, me, I decided to do certain things in this truth. You know, brothers that, you know, that I had issue with or whatever, I'm trying to get myself back with them. So we at least talking, you know, talk and vibe, you know. Yeah. Thing like that, man. We gotta love each other, man.
Muslims do it very well as well.
Yeah, we gotta love each other, man. Look, what family don't argue? We argue, man. By the end of the day, you gotta be able to understand that when we brothers, you know, you can't say you love your brother, but you don't show it to him. You know, love is not a word, it's an action. You know, so very important.
When you say it, show it.
Very important. You know, in the beginning I was talking about, you know, as a citizen of the kingdom, there's a way to behave, and that's what we broke down. Okay? Go to Romans 1:17. What are Romans 1:17 saying? Almost, huh?
The worldly mindset is that blood is thicker than water. That's the worldly mindset, you know. So we have to plug out that mindset.
Yeah, that's it. See, that's it, man.
They say family over everything. That's the worldly mindset. And when they say family, they mean their biological family.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to, you know, plug out that mindset.
Because at the end of the day, yes, you might be, you know, brother with this guy, but sometimes you go with brother, you know, it's like, you ask yourself, how are we brothers, man? It's like, we so different. You know, we don't even vibe, like, you know, have you been in a situation where sometimes your friend is more of a brother than your own brother? You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on in this truth. But in this truth, as we connected, we are connected, man. We are connected through Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, we're connected. And guess what? We're going to be in the chariot together, you know, Most High winning, Yahweh winning. Our family won't be with us. So we're the ultimate family at this point. You know? A camp is your family, man. Yeah, carry on.
Romans chapter 1 verse 17.
That out.
For therein is the righteousness of God, revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith.
Right, so we should live by faith, man. Faith is that currency, you know, of the men of the Lord, man. And in faith you have humility, and we say that when you have faith, you have humility because you live by faith. Nothing is there to show. Like the rich man, he has substance to show. But a poor righteous man don't have substance to show. He only has his faith, man. Therefore, that faith will produce humility in his life. That faith will produce love. Because he understands that he is nothing, therefore he has to love the next man. He has to love his brother. You know? So we will live by faith, because what faith will do is that it will allow you to survive the times that's coming, man. Faith is the action. Faith is not just believing that you're Hebrew Israel and going out there, because when you do it, you can be proud. There's brothers that know, brothers that go out to preach, but they're proud. But faith should be giving you, in our actuality, faith should be giving you, humility. Take the case of Solomon. I mean, not Solomon, Abraham. Abraham was a great man, Sarah was a great woman, but they couldn't have a child. It took the Most High for them to have a child, Isaac. So therefore, they had faith, but they were humble. So you can't tell me that you have faith, but you're proud. Or you have faith, but you don't love a brother. So let's show faith so the Most High can have mercy on us, man. Because, yes, brother. The brother that you see, you don't see Yahweh, right? But you see your brother, isn't it? But you tell him, you don't love your brother, but you love Yahweh. It don't make sense. There's a precept on that say, the God that you don't see, you claim to love him, but yet you don't love your brother. That's that you see. So the exercise is to demonstrate that love, that humility through faith. Okay? So hopefully you were edified. Alright? We'll be back by the grace of Yahweh, to edify the brothers again and again, But that's the season. That's what we're here for. Alright? So we'll say Shalom. Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. We'll turn to the east. I will give our praise. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Who all this around us? And death to Babylon. That's right, Abba Babal.